Tell a friend. She's back. Man, let me get into this part too because y'all ready to snatch the edges that I don't have, okay? So she said, she was like, Daddy, you do not know him. And she instantly started apologizing to her baby daddy. Like, I'm sorry, this is what he does. He get drunk, he cause a scene. So she said her daddy was like, I may be a little tipsy, but I know every last child that I made. So for the purposes of this video, we gonna call the baby daddy mama Deborah. So he was like, "You Deborah's son?" So she was like, at that point, her heart literally stopped because Deborah is her baby daddy mama name. So the baby daddy was like, "How you know my mama?" She said her daddy said, "Because I'm her baby daddy." So she said she just started staring at her baby daddy like, what? So her baby daddy say, man, I ain't never seen this man before in my life. So he was like, what, if Deborah your mama done seen me before in her life. So mind you, she was like, at this point, everything was already wrapping up. So like, guests and stuff like that was starting to leave. They were kind of like in the hallway by the little side door. Nobody knew pretty much what was going on except for them three. So she said she wiped her tears and was like, let's get to this kitchen because somebody got some explaining to do. So she said she sit down because she honestly feel like she's about to pass out. Her mama come running over there like, what's wrong? When her mama look at it and see her daddy, her mama is like, it would be you, to be causing this commotion. What you done? She said, and then Deborah looked at her daddy. Her daddy looked at Deborah. And she said at that moment, she kind of knew everything she needed to know. So she said her mama, was like, Deborah, you know him? And she was like, I mean, it's been about 30 something odd years, but yeah. So she said her baby daddy was like, Mama, this my daddy? She said she looked over to her mama, and her mama looked like she was about to pass out, so she stood up and told her mama sit down. So that's when Deborah started to two-piece things like, hold on, you her daddy? So she said her daddy drunk ass sitting up there like, yeah, and nobody still ain't told me what's going on. Why he here? So Deborah was like, my son here because this is his child's gender reveal. So then she said her daddy started sweating real bad. So Deborah was like, I'm just confused. Like, why all y'all look like y'all about to pass off and whatever? So the daddy said, because that's my son. Deborah said, no, we gonna call my friend daddy Steve. Deborah said, Steve, he's not your son. Steve said, how many men you slept with that night, Deborah? She said two. He said either one of us took a DNA test. She said no. He said that's my bad, y'all. So she said that her daddy was like, that's my son. So Deborah was like, Steve, I hope you haven't been, going around telling people that we gonna call him Ken. Ken is your son. So he was like, man, your sister is the one calling me when y'all moved out there saying, hey, I think Ken might be for you. So as soon as your sister, sent me a picture of him, I kind of knew, that was my child share. I don't need no DNA test. I know all my kids. So she said at that point, she just kind of leaned against the kitchen counter and literally felt like she was about to pass out. Then she started crying. She was just crying real hard. And so everybody concerned kind of went to her. They told her to sit down, just calm down. Deborah was like, I could assure you. So she said, then Ken turned to his mama and like, but mama, like, are you 1000% sure? So she was like, I ain't gonna say I'm 1000% sure, but a mother knows. So he was like, this a real easy fix. Let's just get a DNA test. Then he turned to Ken and asked Ken if he could pay for it. So Ken was like, I mean, do I really have a choice? This is something we need to know. So she said, then her mama was like, look, clearly this done upset, my daughter. We all shocked right now. We need time to process this. They need time to process this. They have things they gonna have to discuss. So let's just wrap this up. And she was like, her mama told Ken to go ahead on and just take her home. So she's on a car ride home. Ken was just like, I don't even know what to say. So she said, she just turned to him and was like, your mama never mentioned anything to you, like never said a man's name, never showed you a picture. And so he was like, no, all I've ever known was that, my daddy was a deadbeat and he didn't want nothing to do with me or whatever. And we moved with my auntie because my mama needed help with me. So he proceeds to ask her, like, what we gonna do? So she said she just was like, her thoughts was all over the place. She said she just pretty much needed some time, like, to think. But in the meantime, Ken could go ahead on that call and schedule the DNA test. So she said he dropped her off home, and she literally been calling in sick to work, just like stressed, depressed, and don't know what to do because she was like, "If that's my brother, what the hell?" Mind y'all, this whole time I'm really not saying nothing. I'm really not saying nothing. She said her mom and of course everybody been blowing up her phone. She's been responding to let them know she's okay. She just needs time to think. Can't schedule the DNA test for the 24th. And they gonna have the results on the 27th, I think she said. So of course, I'm gonna keep y'all posted. But don't be harassing me, but I promise I'm gonna keep y'all posted. Cause I wanna know too, but I don't even know how to help my friend, I'm gonna be honest.